And we're going to start on her first filler. The reason we have to use a filler is because she's wanting to go so dark. It's going to fill in those undertones that are naturally present in each layer. When you're filling, you want to fill for every 2 levels. You don't want to just fill once, especially going from a level 9, 10 all the way down to like a level 2 where we're going to take. So unlike her last video where we did a lot of reds and we over exaggerated those reds for each level, we're going to keep her a little more natural but still filling in the missing pigment. So since we're going from a 10, we're going to go down to an 8. So what I mixed up is Shades EQ, 09 GC, and 07 GC to make a level 8 GC. The reason I chose a GC is because it's going to have the yellow and the orange that are present at this level. If you have problems with that, take a look at your litho charts, your color books. If you don't have your litho chart, you can go to redkenpro.com and find all the litho charts for all the lines. And it has a nice little chart of what level and which undertones are present in each level. So for level 8, we want a yellow-orange. I've also chosen to use Shades EQ gloss, or cream, instead of gloss. You can use both Shades EQs for this process. A lot of times I use gloss, but in this case, I want more of a lipstick finish, and gloss is more like a lip gloss. And then when I apply, I'm not applying it to what was my old Zone 1 from 6 months ago, because this is a little bit darker. I just want to apply to those really light ends that need to be filled at level 8. The other things I've mixed up for this step of the process, while she's filling, I'm going to go ahead and prep her other hair for the fashion pieces. I've mixed up 10 volume Blonde Dimensions, which is going to give a nice light lift to get the red out. So we can put that light blue over top. And then a little bit of Flash Lift that I'm going to use just at her root to get her prepped for that nice bright purple color. I'm going to tone those and fill those in the next step. Okay. Now I'm to a spot where I want this to be a purple piece. It's kind of an ombre, so I'm not going to worry about getting all the way up here. I just need to get this red out. So I'm going to take my Blonde Dimensions. Just going to go in, kind of feather it up a little bit. Saturate those ends. Feather it up. When we go back with the dark, I'm going to go ahead and feather that down so it's nice and blended. And when I'm doing her filler, I want to be really careful not to get her old Zone 1, because this is not a level 10. We don't need to fill that down to 9. I'm using foil just so I don't get anything on the back of her shirt or the back of her cape. That way if she wants to get up, walk around, get a coffee, she's free to do that since her hair's so long. Show that a little more in detail in Abby's last video if you want to check that out. The link is on the screen. Okay, now that we're all to the top, what I did was I did 3 foils with just a little bit of lightener, the Blonde Dimensions on the ends, just so that we can put the purple over top. On the sides, I did the same thing. I did one for the blue, one for the purple. And on top, she wants the purple in the front and just a couple leaves throughout. So I'm going to start with a purple one right back here. When I see how that naturally falls, it's going to kind of give a nice veil over everything in the back. And I want an ombre, so I'm just gently putting this over and then taking the Blonde Dimensions and putting that on her previously lightened just to get rid of that pinky color that's going to counteract the purple we put in. pull it up. Make sure it's saturated. And I'm going in with my flash lift. I'm just kind of trying to break up, feather down up here. I'm going to do some more blending once the dark color's on top, so I'm not too worried about it. And the next couple are going to be dark. Alright guys, I'm back with Abby, fill number 3. So we did 8, 6, now we're on to 4. Now 4 should be red violet. This is where we're going to play with the system. We're going to do a 4V, shades cream. The reason we're doing V is because we want a violet outcome. So we're going to do this and then we're going to do our final formula afterwards. So that's all I have mixed up, and then I have conditioner to put on those pieces that we already put the bright violet that we're going to put the Pravana on. And then we were talking while we were gone, the blonde piece that's normally like, in the picture it's like a really light blue. We're actually going to do teal instead, just to have a little more creative fun with it. But we're going to do that all at the end. Exact same process as before. Again, if you have questions, comments about fills, don't really understand them, want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing, if I didn't already answer that, please just leave a leave a comment below. If you have any problems, questions with fills still after all of this, please leave a comment, direct message me. I'll respond. Let's have a conversation. I know it's a lot of fills, but it's really going to help her dark color last really long. All right, we'll see you later.